thought it would be a good idea to show what is coming up, at least for the first half of 2021 tarot-wise. So let's get right into it. This is from the US Games website. The Field Tarot looks interesting in that it's very textured artwork. It reminds me of what Patrick Valenza did with the Deviant Moon Tarot, but in a completely different art style, using textures from other things here. Right, so it looks cool. Not necessarily my deck, but I can appreciate the work that was put into it. This one is also being put out by Llewellyn, the Ancestor Spirit. Then we have some tarots. Not too much to get excited about. Let's move on to Llewellyn. Oh, I cheated. All right, so this is what's coming out from Llewellyn. You've got a Teen Witch Tarot, another Witch Tarot, my goodness. And this one was the one that I was looking at before, and I thought maybe it would look good, but after looking at the artwork more closely, it looks like the kind of, it has that CGI look that the David Bowie Tarot has. I'm not really into that. So it's a wee bit, like, okay, well, I guess that's not something I'm into then. Now, on this page, though, there's a lot. There is a lot. So you have this Greek myth style oracle that looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's for me or not, but I can definitely appreciate the art style and the fact that other people will probably be very interested in it too. The backings look pretty cool. All right. The one that I'm really, really excited about, this is the only mass-produced deck that I'm excited about in 2021 so far, the Dancing in the Dark Tarot. It certainly reminds me of the True Black Tarot with these pale figures, right, and the kind of black background with that light emanating from behind. Now, of course, it's nowhere near the kind of stylistic artwork as True Black Tarot is, but you can definitely see this is the closest thing I have seen that would look like it, right? For someone who's interested in the True Black Tarot, but just can't justify the price for the thickness of the cardstock. The backings look cool. Now, the first thing I would do, of course, is trim off those bronze borders and just let it be just black all the way to the edge. So again, that's the only mass market deck that I'm super, super excited about. That is tarot. Let me say that. That is tarot. I guess they're reprinting the Tarot of Pagan Cats mini because I already have this mini deck. And then we have this oracle here, the Archeo. I'm super fascinated with this one. Like, super fascinated. This one is coming out in April, so a little bit sooner than the other one. These are the backings. Looks super cool. I definitely see myself getting this one. When it gets closer to the release date, I'll pre-order it. It looks really good, though. So, that is it for mass market decks. Let's talk about some of the Kickstarters. So this is the Cosmovisions that's going to match with the Prismavisions. This is a tarot. It's not an oracle, but it's a tarot that can be read alongside the more traditional tarot. I backed for the book and the double vision, so I will be getting the Prismavisions for the first time in this Kickstarter because it wasn't a deck I really wanted until I saw the Cosmovisions, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and get both. Being extra this year. I've been very extra this year. The Kickstarter has closed for this campaign, but you can still pre-order it. The next oracle we have is the Lenoir, and this one looks super, super promising. So it's the Lenoir of Odalon. So these are what the cards look like. This has also closed. The Kickstarter for this one is closed. These are what the backings look like. Still open. It will be open until December 3rd, I believe. December 2nd or December 3rd. It's got 16 days to go either way. So this is the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot. I cannot begin to tell you guys how excited I am for this. I have backed for the Relay edition, and he ended up setting up a second batch of Relay editions, which is going to be coming out in August of 2021. And he also decided that, well, Bragalone Games, I say he, they, there's multiple people doing this. Bragalone Games is a French comic book company. They're a board game manufacturer. So they're a very long-standing, well-known board game comic book company that has now gotten into board games, and they're doing this tarot. It's amazing. So what is so special about the Relay edition, and why does everyone and their mother want it? For one, it's limited edition, and all of the cards are going to be very large. So this is a typical Marseille tarot, and this is a large one. This is how large it is. I'm fine knowing that up front. If I were to get it and then see how big it is, I'd be upset. But knowing it up front, I can still make that decision to still get it, because the artwork is amazing. You're going to want the cards to be bigger so that you can see all of the artwork. And we'll get to the Relay edition in a moment. So the Innsmouth edition is just the deck. Nothing else, just the deck. The Miskatonic is the deck, all of these, you know, extra things thrown in. Although I do think that the Innsmouth edition also gets the Joker card, the Isaac Jefferson card. You get the book, you get the drawstring bag, the pretty magnetic box, and all of the special art prints, right? So you've got the enamel pins, you've got all these art prints, and they're still coming out with more art prints for this. So it's really a very big artistic thing. The Relay edition is the same as the Miskatonic edition, plus an extra deck that is silk screen printed. And here's what that looks like. Can I open this in a new tab? There we go. Not the best photo quality, but you guys can see that it's not colored. It's kind of like black and cream. It's going to look great. So it's basically going to be silkscreen printed by hand. And that's why they were only going to do, see, the original was only for 250. No, the original was for, let me go down and see, was only for 100. Yeah, the original was only for 100. So then they came out with another batch, the batch that I ordered from, which had 250, right? Relay edition. Now they are actually going to release 50 more, like they're going to release, I think, 150 more, but in 50 card increments throughout the rest of the campaign, so that you can get this at any point in the campaign, right? Because the demand for the silkscreen printed edition is just so high. And I think it's because of the rarity of it. You know, we all want what we can't have, so there's that. Now, if you are going to back for the Relay edition, it is going to cost you around $180 after shipping. Yes, anywho, some close-ups of the silkscreen printed cards. Gorgeous. And they are offering a lot of fun things as add-ons. You can get an extra deck for just $36 more. You can get an extra Miskatonic edition, but you cannot buy an extra Relay edition. They want to make sure that everyone can get one, right? And I mean, this deck is going to be amazing, especially for anyone who loves Cthulhu. It's going to be amazing. And again, it is a pip deck, so the number cards are pips, but I like how they're not just Marseille pips. They kind of do something different. And whenever you're reading with pip decks, you kind of want to have different pips on each pip deck that you own. You can kind of see from that guy holding the cards how much bigger they are. All right, so we're going to move on to the next Kickstarter. And again, this Kickstarter is still open. You can still get it. Next is the Bumbleberry Tarot. This will be coming out around January 2021. And it's so cute. I don't go for cutesy. Cutesy decks are not my thing, but it's a pip deck. I want to read more with pip decks. And again, the pips are a little bit different. They're not the plain old Marseille pips, but they're also, you know, they've got some other stuff going on, and they can be expressive in what is surrounding them, right? So let's get on down into the meat of everything. Super, super precious. Now, these come from Canada. And if you want to order yours, mine after shipping was $47 USD. Right, and that's to ship from Canada into the US. $47 USD is around about what it was. It was 46 and some change. So cute. And you guys have seen the decks I'm interested in. I just want something cute sometimes, right? So this is my something cute sometimes deck. I hope that these are not borders on the cards. If these are borders on the cards, then I will be trimming the cards. But I think the cards start from this blue border in. Seeing that purple border in, I don't think these are part of the cards. If they are, they will be getting cut off, and that's not a problem for me. Yeah, no, see, I was right, yeah. Yeah, so I will be probably trimming this deck, but it's going to be super cute. I wonder what the backings look like. I don't know if there are pictures of the backing of this deck. No, I don't believe there are pictures of the back. But yeah, it's going to come in this super cute box. I love cute boxes. Again, I'm a box bitch. I'm all about those boxes. So, Cutesy Tarot. And this is also still an ongoing. You have 15 days for this one, and there are tons of amazing tarots on Kickstarter. Just type in tarot and go to town. Now we're going to get into the speculation decks. So bear with me here. These are speculations on whether or not these decks will come out or not. So here we have my Instagram. Why are we on my Instagram? Hold on. I will show you why. Oops. This amazing artist in Mexico City is making a tarot deck. They had all of the prints going on like crazy last year. As you can see, they do all kinds of different Aztec heritage inspired artwork. And it's just gorgeous stuff. So here is the book for the tarot. And I will let you guys just look at this. This will be coming out hopefully in 2021. Now, she told me last year when I private messaged her, or him, I don't actually know. When I privately messaged them, they told me that it would be spring of last year, and then it never came out. Well, it looks like they really, really wanted it to be perfect when it came out and to have a guidebook to go with it. They are currently translating the guidebook into English, which I totally appreciate. I will wait all the extra time it takes for a guidebook in English. And it's very, very rich and very beautifully done. And if you are interested, you can go to their Instagram here. They have an Etsy shop where you can buy their prints and their artwork. I totally suggest doing that. And yeah, hopefully it will be published this year. Again, that's why it's a speculation. So it might be spring, it might be summer, or something crazy might happen and it might take until fall. Let me see if I can find... I think this might be from the tarot, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It might not be from the tarot. But all of the tarot stuff will be farther back in their shared history, in their post history. Yeah, so you guys can just go on there and fiddle around with it. The artwork is gorgeous. This is basically the same artwork that the tarot is done in. So that's why it's hard for me to find which art is from the tarot. because this artist's art style is just so gorgeous. Okay, moving on. The second, this might be coming out this year. That's all I'm going to say.